Previously on this channel, we've talked numerous times about the three-point revolution. This is because it is so prevalent in the NBA. More and more people are shooting from beyond the arc and racking up the score. But you don't need me to explain that to you. It's become a dead horse at this point how the game has become a glorified three-point contest. However, what if I were to tell you the opposite is beginning to happen? Along with talking about the three-point revolution, I've also brought up the cycle that happens in sports. All sports consist of strategy, and to win, teams need to have plans to counter each other. Counter strategies then pop up to those same counter strategies and creates a cycle of countering the counter. And to point my boy Itachi about this three-point revolution,
this jutsu has neither weaknesses nor any risks.
Every jutsu has a weakness.
Huh?
This jutsu's weakness and risk is simply me.
we talked a couple of weeks ago about the re-emergence of the mid-range shot and how big men especially are making this a large part of their game. But there's something even bigger than that. The three-point revolution has seen such success because it's hard to find its weakness. In a league where everyone can shoot 30% or more, even while being double-teamed, three-point shots are inevitable, and defenses are starting to become obsolete. But if everyone can shoot threes, then the best thing to do and the easiest option would be to guard the arc, right? Well, this creates a huge problem for the defense. Spacing. With each defensive player guarding the arc, they leave everything inside the arc open. This becomes a problem for mid-range players and big men. By leaving the lane open, teams create an Achilles heel against bigger power forwards and centers, or even other players that thrive inside the paint. This is a huge reason players like Giannis, Tatum, and Jokic are so great in putting up MVP numbers. Cutting has always been a part of basketball. It's a fundamental part of offense to position yourself where the defense is weak. However, with the increase of the three-point line, this increases the spacing between defenders, which increases the vulnerabilities. Between the 2019 and 2021 season, the three-point attempts league-wide jumped from 72,000 to 86,000. In that same time span, Jokic's points per game went from 19.5 to 27.1, and his three-point attempts actually have gone down over the past 4 years. A large part of this, you could say, could also be due to injuries, like Michael Porter Jr. being injured on the Nuggets, leading to Jokic having more points per game. However, I think it just goes to show how efficient they are being without three-point attempts. Power forwards and centers' field goal attempts and points have been consistent with threes also increasing. It's better if I just show you. If we look at these plays, they all share the same similarity. The team consists of three-point shooters, so the defense starts to space out. A player cuts to the basket, and the lane is open for an easy dunk highlight. As big men have been utilizing this weakness, teams have been making moves to get larger players, the opposite of the three-point revolution. Ayton was such a huge part of the Suns' finals run, which is a big reason they did not want to give him up during the KD trade. The Grizzlies have been utilizing more of Steven Adams, and the Pelicans picked up Brandon Ingram while Zion was injured. Another huge example of this as well is power forwards like Draymond Green. Draymond Green is a perfect example of a power forward using their body to their advantage. The Warriors are known for their three-point shooting, and this is no secret. A huge part of the defensive plan when playing the Warriors is to keep the three under wraps. In these plays, Draymond notices the weaknesses in the paint and cuts. There are more people in the paint to guard, but it's an easy mismatch which Draymond recognizes, dunking over Nickeil Alexander-Walker, who is a 6'5" shooting guard that is easily overpowered by Draymond. The same can be shown with Jason Tatum. The Celtics have also been emerging as a three-point team, especially after their finals appearance with the previously mentioned three-point champs. While Tatum may not have as big a frame as Draymond, he's able to profit shots off of mismatches created in the paint. This has also been a huge building block to the Kings' success this season, where the team is cutting more towards the basket, leaving someone open to score in the paint. With more international players joining the ranks of the NBA, and other huge players like Chet Holmgren, Paolo Banchero, and soon Victor Wembanyama and Cam Whitmore, the league is starting to see itself revert back to the early 2000s, with a mix of tall big men and lethal shooters. Very soon, we could start to see more offenses put together to resemble something similar to Shaq and Kobe or Tony Parker and Tim Duncan, where all areas of the court become problems for defenders. With the difference in spacing happening in defenses across the league, big men are starting to have a revolution of their own. And me personally, as a lover of players like Giannis and Tim Duncan, I'm excited to see how this progresses.
This is not okay. This needs to stop now.